Hey everyone, Brian from Variable Traders. It is Wednesday, December 18th. Just going to do a midweek recap here. And you can see what happened with the markets. We really got a hard sell-off at the end of the day on all three indexes. Don't really actually know if that was just on news or it was just some selling that accelerated into the close. But you can see it wasn't a complete disaster. I mean, the Dow was down 30 after being positive most of the day. Nasdaq still eked out a gain, and S&P, all intent purposes, it finished pretty flat on the day. So you can see all these stocks trading above their 50 and 200 still mostly biased to the upside. Of course, we've been in a pretty strong bull market last week or two. Lots of new highs, not too many new lows, and you can see here. Let's take a look at the groups quickly. Utility is actually making a comeback here. This is traditionally a safety trade, and kind of interesting. Basic materials have been noting that it's been coming back. Copper, with FCX, Freeport McMoran. Financials have been doing pretty well. Healthcare, technology, lots of stuff in the green here. Healthcare still on the month, still up. But utilities is kind of coming back after being on the outs for a while. It's kind of interesting, some money rotating back into that safety trade. So let's take a look at the indexes quickly, because I saw some pretty interesting price action today. The transports really sold off, probably in part because of the FedEx stuff. Let's take a look at the 10-year Treasury. Yeah, this is interesting. The yield is starting to creep up here. I really didn't expect to see that. I kind of figured we were going to be chopping in this range, but RSI on this is strengthening. MACD is turning up. It's pretty interesting. If we get up to 1.95, it'll be interesting if we can get past this level if interest rates keep rising. We'll skip over the weekly here, but you can kind of see it's actually an ascending triangle. You've got a flat section here in this trend line going up. So let's just see if we break this and go higher. This could be something the market may not be too keen about. And on the indexes, you see the Dow finished down on the day. All these topping tails here tells me, we've had a pretty decent run, like I said, in the last week or so. Broke to new highs, and I would expect, there's probably a little running out of steam here. RSI is rolling over a bit. Yeah, MACD, fast-moving average just crossed over the slow. So maybe we're actually going to get a bit of a pullback, maybe a check back to this 28,100 level, somewhere in this range. I don't think it's the end of the bull market, but maybe it's just pause for the cause, as they say. The Russell, the small caps actually were the ones that did okay today, and they're continuing to move higher. Let's see what the weekly looks like here. Actually, if I go forward, I'll see the weekly. Yeah, you see we're getting up into this into sort of record high territory as well. 170 roughly being the top here. So small caps continuing to play catch up. And of course, another sort of doji candle here. It again really just big run in the last couple of days. Nothing goes straight up. You always get these dojis and then a bit of a pullback. Another flag and then maybe another move higher or some consolidation. But we're definitely running out of some momentum here, and you can see volumes kind of dropping off. Getting definitely overbought on the Qs. So I'm expecting the rest of the week we're going to be pulling back a little bit or just churning sideways. SPY, same story. Topping tails on all these candles, trying to break to new high and then pulling back. And again, we finished down on the day, so wouldn't be surprised to see a down day. Like, look at this action here. We had a topping candle here and then down. So may get a bit of a pullback, especially with you know, the I don't know how many people are really going to be paying too much attention to the whole impeachment thing. Almost feels like it's been a non-event all along. The dollar started to strengthen. It held this held support here, and coming back up a little bit. And VIX, of course, coming back up now that markets seem to be, you know, on the verge of maybe a bit of a sell-off, or at least a check back. Let's take a look at some of the scans I pulled up here. I do like ADAP. Again, it's a low price stock. We've got OPGN right now, which is doing pretty well. We'll look at that in a minute. You can see here this is trying to break out of this sort of 135 level. If we can get through 140, I might take a stab at it, maybe up to 180. And then we could be looking at $2. Let's keep an eye on that one. RSI strengthening. Volume's still pretty good today. Liking that one. So looking at it for a 140 move and higher. Bloom Energy. This was another one that came up on a scan. Kind of both of these ADAP, and this BE stock. I wish I'd have caught it a bit sooner. I mean, this would have been a great place to catch it, even on this cross on the 20 over the 50, or just the price action moving above the 20 moving average is you know, something I scan for as well. So again, had a pullback here. See, we got through this level of resistance, pushed higher, pushed up to this level. It's really trading technically here. Pushed up to this level, pulled back to where it broke out from here. We checked back, and now it looks like we may want to break higher. So I'm going to really be keeping an eye on that one tomorrow morning. You can see here, looking at maybe 8 as being price target for the first level, 6 sort of 50, 660. This level here being this price you probably want to stop out at. Again, kind of chasing that one, not really. Unfortunately, it's a great stock, but didn't catch it soon enough. Kind of liking the price action on CRWD. You can see here we made a low, kind of checked back, did a double bottom, popped up. Now we've put in a higher low here. Again, testing this level. You could almost say this is a bit of a head and shoulders, but not really. It came back up quite a bit here. But again, kind of looking like it wants to break out. So keeping an eye on that one. May take a starter position on that. We'll see what it does tomorrow, and we'll see what the markets do tomorrow. Again, I'm expecting a bit of a pullback, so I don't want to be betting against the market. This AEA, I've just been watching. Just can't chase it up here. EZPW, this is another one that I'm kind of interested in. It had a big gap up here. Now it's came back. I think it's gonna check back again, and this sort of 650 level. I've set an alert at around 660, and if it pulls back to there, then I may try to take an entry on it, and then I can use sort of maybe 640 as a stop out if I can get a real decent entry on this around 650. And then it could be good for a run all the way up to probably like 750 before it starts encountering some resistance, which we would have from back here. So again, keeping an eye on that one, put in an alert to get alerted when that stock hits that level, and taking a look at it. And let's just take a look at these actives. APA. Still have a little bit of APA. Got to 23 today. Didn't quite get to 23. I've got an alert set when it gets to 23, and it didn't quite hit it. So got a tiny bit left on this. Got back in here down at 2018 is when I think I got in. Got some out at 21, some out at 22. And now we're just, like I said, I'm just looking to maybe partial out a little bit more. If we can get over 23. MO is breaking out again. Look at this nice move up, churning. Now we're moving higher. Just sitting on that one. And unfortunately, let's take a look at CVS. Kind of crappy. You know, did a pullback yesterday, picked it up, kind of figured it might pop. It almost got back to 74. I think we got to 73.70. 74 was where I was going to take some off, and then ended up getting stopped out at about 20 cents below where I took an entry. So again, I didn't know if it was, you know, my concern was it was going to just continue to break down, and that's why you always have a trading plan. You trade with it. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. And that's it. So, hope everyone's had a great day today, good evening. This is my book on Amazon. It's How to Swing Trade by Brian Peasant, me. If you haven't checked it out already. Well, we'll see you all again in the Bear Bull Trading Room in the morning. 8:30 a.m. pre-market show starts on YouTube Live, and we'll get into the full day of trading. Have a good rest of the evening, everybody. Bye for now.